Hello and good morning. Happy Transformational Tuesday. Oh my goodness, what a week it's been. Tomorrow's my birthday. So exciting. So exciting. I'm thankful that I have this opportunity. You guys, I have been like emo curly today. This one just does not want to play with the rest of them. All right. Well, let's go ahead and take a couple nice big deep breaths. And as we take those nice big deep breaths, anchor yourself, rooting your root chakra all the way down to the center of the planet. Calling in, setting the intention and the prayer to allow any and all focused energy into this session, into this reading, to allow for the greater clarity, greater acceptance, and clarity in the message for each and every one of us. So we're going to go ahead and use this Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Usually I clean off my desk, but I got all fired up this morning and I started working. So now I've got stuff around here, but that's okay. We've got room, we got space for these three cards that are going to bring us so much goodness. Some of you may or may not have known, but Mercury went retrograde on Monday. We're also in the middle of an eclipse window. Oh, that one just popped right out. We're also in the middle of an eclipse window, meaning we had an eclipse last week. We're going to have another one in another few weeks. We have 2 new moons in July. July is chock full of extremes in intensities. I like to do my homework on at the beginning of the month to see what's going to be coming up for the month. Now, I don't know about you, but I definitely felt that there was a building in intensity in June, almost like a pressure cooker to allow us to really get rid of a lot of just garbage stuff that's going on. Now, July is also the sorting of that information that came through. It's the redirection. It's the reassessing. It's recognizing that we are more than through the halfway point of this year. So checking in with what were your goals, what were your dreams, what were your visions, what's happening for you, what's shifting, what's changing, what are you able and ready to let go of, what have you already grown through, and more or less focusing more clearly on what is it that you are bringing into your world, what is it that you are bringing into your life. So for those of you that are that do receive my weekly emails, please do feel free to check in about that. I send a fun and playful one about Mercury Retrograde and how to use it to your advantage. A lot of people freak out and they're like, it's Mercury Retrograde, everything's going crazy. Well, sometimes it can be a little bit more intense, but when you learn to use it to your advantage, oh my gosh, it can be your best friend. It can be your absolute best friend. You know, here's the deal with like signing agreements and documents. Some people talk about this with Mercury Retrograde. And if you want something to be stable, if you want something to be secure, if you want something to be long-lived, like let's say that you are buying a house to live in it for the rest of your life, don't buy it during retrograde. But let's say you're buying a house to flip it, and you want to redecorate and redo a bunch of stuff, and then you want to flip it really quick, do it during retrograde. Because that retrograde period is actually, it's kind of like it's in unstable ground. So when you actually start or create something in that period, it will, for its duration, continue to evolve quickly. Now, some people don't want that. So if you don't want that, wait until after retrograde. If you do want that, use retrograde for that reason. I know when I moved to Reno, I moved into different healing rooms during retrograde because I wanted to continue to evolve. I wanted to continue to move into a new and better suited place for me. And so I actually use that to my advantage. And there are a lot of ways that we can use it to our advantage. The other key is that you are going to get triggered. In this month of extremes, you are going to get triggered. You're going to have extremes in emotions. You're going to have all sorts of wavering insights. You're going to have, oh my God, I'm fully in, I'm fully committed. Yes, I want to do this. And then like extreme doubt on the other end. Be aware of this and be aware that it's okay not to act. Let your emotions flow through you. Let your things, let your stuff, let it just be present and let it move through you. Spend more time in silence. Spend more time in silence. Give yourself the grace and the permission to chill. There we go. We got our 3 cards. Give yourself the grace and the permission to chill, rest. If you feel that you need to have a conversation with somebody about something that's on your mind or something that's bothering you, be sure to give yourself permission to sit with it first and see, are you projecting? Are you wanting and desiring something from somebody else because you're projecting that from yourself? Do your inner work. When we blame, we have 1 finger pointing at somebody else and 3 pointing back at us. So before you blame, before you accuse, before you acknowledge a trait in somebody else, recognize that you're looking in the mirror. You're looking in the mirror. So if you give yourself the time to notice that, get triggered, chill. Chill out, chill. This is not the time for fast action. This is not the time for getting yes, get things done. Yes, keep the momentum building in whatever it is that you're doing. But this is not the time to really take full-blown initiative to push the pedal to the metal and clear out the closet. Now, that being said, you can take advantage of this time to clear out your space. You can take advantage of this time to clear out any other necessities that you need to get rid of to make room. This is about making room. We have another 6 months of this year. Make room, make room, make room. There is so much goodness left in this year. There is so much goodness left in this year. We've planted the seeds in January. We're starting to reap those seeds. Now we're planting the seeds right now, especially during an eclipse window. Plant the seeds of intention. Plant the seeds of intention. Now, this is different than actually starting something, right? This is different than signing papers. This is different than agreeing to a contract. This is different than those things. So be aware that as you ground yourself in and as you root yourself in to recognizing that you are evolving, you are changing. There are pieces and layers of you that are just falling away. They're peeling away. Let them sit with them. Let them flow through you. Beautiful. And plant the seeds of what you are intending for the next 6 months of your life. And you can go further than that if you'd like, but plant the seeds. And what that means, sometimes I actually do this as a ritual with a rock. It's very simple. You go outside, you find a rock, you go to a place that is meaningful to you, or it doesn't have to be, it doesn't matter. You go, what I like to do is I like to set my intention into that rock. This is the seed that I'm planting. This is what I would like to see occurring in my life. This is where I'm going to focus my direction and attention and energy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is wonderful. This is beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That I have a little celebration dance. And I plant that rock into the earth. Ta-da! It's very simple. And then you just set it and forget it. You just let it go. And then 6 months from now, maybe you'll tune back into this Transformational Tuesday and you'll be like, oh my gosh, it's happening. Those seeds that I planted are happening. So this is a time to, yes, we're in the middle of summer. This isn't the time to fully go inside and hibernate, right? This is the time to play. This is the time to express. This is the time to be out there. This is the time to socialize. This is the time to move a lot of energy and to pay attention to your reactions. Pay attention to your reactions. I know I've been doing work on that for myself lately. All right. Let's dive into the cards, see what they have in store for us. Ooh, the Thinker. Boom shakalaka. How do you like that? Is this not, this is backwards to you guys, huh? Let me see if I can change this. Bam, the Thinker. All right, yes, the Thinker. This is exactly what I was just saying. I love it when these just dial in like that. The Thinker here. Take a break, take a moment, step back, give yourself room, reflect, chill. Reflect and chill. Spend some time laying on a beach. doing nothing but laying on a beach. Spend some time sitting in the forest, doing nothing but sitting in the forest. Get out in nature, sit on a giant rock, sit on a boulder, and just close your eyes and let yourself think. Give yourself room to think. Some people, I think, put so much pressure on themselves to meditate. You've got to meditate the right way. You've got to meditate this way, and you've got to focus your mind. And yes, do that, but know that it's also okay for you to sit and think. It's also okay for you to sit and think. There's permission for that. Give yourself permission for that. I know I went through a phase where I was being hard on myself for my meditation practice wasn't the way I wanted it to be. That was a whole lesson in and of itself for myself, to just chill and let myself just flow. Just to flow. Then we have this card. I love that we got the 44 and the 22. Blessed, blessed, blessed. This is coming through to remind you that everything is going to be beautiful. Everything is going to be perfect. It may not feel that way right in this exact moment, but everything that's falling apart, everything that's moving away, everything that's just shifting, it's all shifting in your favor. It's all absolutely shifting in your favor. So recognize that when things fall away or when things come to you that just kind of seem misaligned or whatever, let it go, and recognize that you are blessed because everything is happening for you, my sweet friend. Everything is happening for you, not to you. You're not the victim, not against you. It's happening for you. If you're having troubles finding that perspective, that's really what it is. It's finding the perspective. We could all be victims if we wanted to. That's a sad truth. We all could, but we don't want to because we're warriors. We're light warriors, and we won't take that trash from nobody, not even ourselves. So you're blessed, my sweet friend. Everything is happening for you, my sweet friend. All right, let's go ahead and see. Then we have the 32 here with the here and now. I've pulled this card several times in the last couple weeks just for myself. The here and now is all about the presence. Presence is that the past, here we go. Past is over here, the future is over here, but you're up here. So why worry about this? Why worry about this? Now, Mercury Retrograde, let's be honest, it's going to trigger some things that have already happened to you. And if they've already happened to you, technically they've happened in the past. So if you have a reaction to something, which like I said, that's been my current growth lately, is that if you have a reaction to something, give yourself the time to sit and think, reflect, because really what that is we have those triggers inside of us. And when we find those triggers, this is what I suggest doing. Finding that trigger, accepting it, nurturing it, and literally just picking it up off of yourself. Sometimes I see them as hooks, so I just literally pick them off of myself and I let it go. But the thing is that we have these unconscious triggers and we don't know that they're there until they get triggered, until they get activated. Now, there are some ways that we can do blanket healing on ourselves through meditation, through self-reflection, through doing our inner work, through doing inner child work, through doing work with memories, all that sort of stuff. If you have trauma that you're hung up on, yes, sometimes it is important to go back into these experiences so that you can truly set yourself free. Now, I know that there are other teachers. Abraham Hicks teaches that, yes, to go back into the past is just to itch and scratch a scab. There's no need to. There's no need to. Some people, yes, I do believe that's beautiful and possible. Some people I don't believe are quite there yet. So to go into the trauma wounding and to actually release it, this isn't talk therapy, this is actually doing the energetic work to find the perspective that is the silver lining. This is about living inside of the silver lining, that when you live in the silver lining and you see that perspective, that everything is happening for you, even the most horrible, most traumatic, most just worst events that broke you into a million little pieces, that was all for your highest good. It is all for your highest good. Everything that occurs in your world and in your life is for your highest good, whether it be to teach you a lesson to be able to evolve into the next space in your own awareness of self and relationship with others, because that's ultimately what this is. This whole earth school that we are in is about. It is about the evolution. It's about seeing yourself more clearly. It's about moving forward in a way that offers so much room for grace. It's so beautiful. It's so, so, so beautiful. So during this retrograde period, don't freak out. Don't freak out. Let everything happen in exactly the way that it's meant to happen. Let the pieces fall where they may. Hands off the steering wheel. Let go of control. And just see what happens. Fall back with your eyes closed and trust like you've never trusted before. It's not even about taking a leap of faith. Nobody's asking you to jump off a cliff. Literally just give yourself the room and grace to take it real easy and move through Mercury retrograde as unscathed as possible and walk out the other door, which is July 31st, in a space with your head held high, your wisdom, your maturity, your evolution, your highest vibrational potential shining at its maximum capacity because you have learned to do your inner work. And let me tell you, when you learn to do your inner work, everything becomes easier and everything becomes easier and everything becomes easier. I'm not going to say that the challenges become less challenging. They don't. You just get better at handling any and all circumstance that comes your way. That comes your way. Yes. To that we say yes. All right, my beautiful and sweet friends. The thinker, the blessed, the here and now. Remembering that a reaction is not actually you being in the present moment. A reaction is you living in the past and bringing it to the present moment. So when you are triggered, be aware of your presence. Where did you just go? Bring yourself back. And the more you practice that, the easier that becomes to staying aware. When you stay aware in the present moment, you can handle anything that comes your way. Boom! It's that easy. It's like poof. All right, my sweet and loving friends. For those of you that are on my weekly email list, look out for that email. It's a very gentle, loving, nurturing. Went over a lot of the things that I just spoke about, but there is an opportunity for you to get your hands on Trust Your Intuition and the Fast Track Guide to Meditation at a very reasonable price. I wanted to give you some tools that would help you move through retrograde. So if you aren't already enrolled in those, it's like $37. I think it's a deal that I'm offering for you. So open your email. Go open your email. It's at the bottom. You'll find it. Those of you that aren't on the email list but want access to those, let me know. I'll get you the link. I'll be generous today. It's my birthday. I'll give you some presents. Why not? It's a beautiful opportunity. All right, my sweet and loving friends. Thank you so much for sharing this with me. I'll be sending so much love mañana as I celebrate the day I came into the world. Thanks, Mom. I'm sending you all the best in beauty and blessings your way as we go forth. May we integrate the healing and the lessons received with courage, self-love, and compassion. Our session here is very much complete. Mwah. Mwah. Ciao, ciao, my friends.